Good morning, this is Shelby Law with the Great Basin Smoke Dispersion Briefing for Wednesday, October 4th, 2017. Precipitation for the past 14 days is shown here, with a fair amount of precipitation observed over the northern half of the geographic area. Some areas received high elevation snow, and many areas saw some low elevation rain. This image does not include precipitation from the past 24 hours. This morning's satellite imagery shows an area of low pressure moving through northern Nevada and up into Idaho today. In these areas, we could expect to see some showers and high elevation snow is possible as this area of low pressure moves through. The ventilation index for this afternoon is pretty good across much of Utah, southeast Idaho, and even portions of northern Nevada. As that area of low pressure moves through the northern Great Basin, we can see some increased winds in place over portions of northern Nevada, northern Utah, and southern Idaho. Mixing heights are generally higher over northwest Nevada and portions of eastern Utah today, with lower mixing heights across the south and over central Idaho. By Thursday, that area of low pressure is on its way out, exiting to the northeast. The ventilation index remains pretty good over southern Idaho and portions of central and eastern Nevada and southern Utah. Winds will be lighter tomorrow as that low exits the area, and mixing heights will begin to come up over portions of southern Idaho and eastern Nevada. By Friday, warmer and drier conditions build into the Great Basin, with decreasing ventilation rates, keeping some of those higher values just across southern Nevada and central and southern Utah. Winds will increase over southern Nevada and central and southern Utah on Friday, with lowering mixing heights area-wide. Clearing index for today, Wednesday, is pretty high across all of Utah, decreasing somewhat for Thursday across the north, and then increasing once again over eastern and central Utah for Friday, with continued lower values over the northwest portion of the state. Precipitation values expected for the next 3 days are shown here, with really just some precipitation expected today as that area of low pressure moves across northeast Nevada and up into southern Idaho. By Saturday, warm and dry conditions persist across the Great Basin, with generally lower ventilation rates. On Sunday, the ventilation index should increase across much of the northern and central portions of the area as we see another area of low pressure drop into the northern Rockies, bringing some increased winds to much of the Great Basin. On Monday, northerly winds will continue across the northern half of the area as that area of low pressure drops a little bit further south into the Rocky Mountain region. Ventilation rates will still be somewhat favorable across much of the area on Monday. And by Tuesday, the ridge builds back in once again into much of the Great Basin, and we'll see those ventilation rates continue to decrease, except over far western and southern Nevada where they'll stay elevated. Precipitation accumulations for days 4 and 5 are pretty light, with the bulk of the precipitation remaining over the northern Rockies and the Rocky Mountain regions, but some precip will come to the central Idaho mountains. The extended forecast going into the second week of October, the 11th through the 17th, is calling for below normal temperatures across the north, with below normal precipitation expected during this time period as well. This concludes today's smoke dispersion briefing. Please check back on Friday for the latest updates.